Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to SBRpicks.com. The NCAA Tournament is underway. We had Selection Sunday this past weekend, playing games going down on Tuesday and Wednesday. And right now, we're going to talk about that round of 64, or the second round of the tournament, and specifically look at that really tough East Division of the bracket. Some would even call it the bracket of death. But let's see what the pro has to say about it. Joining me right now is one of the best in the business, Dave Golikoff. Dave, how are you doing on this exciting week in the world of college basketball?
Oh, I'm excited for tomorrow. It should be fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so let's talk about this 5 versus 12 spot. For those of you who don't know, this is the seeding matchup in the round of 64 that has the most upsets since the bracket began in 2001. Now, Dave, let's talk over this 5 versus 12 in the East. We've got Northern Iowa in the 5 and Wyoming in the 12. Do you see Wyoming pulling an upset in this game?
I don't, but I can make a case for Wyoming. If you're thinking of betting them, you know, you're getting about 6.5 points, nearly a touchdown, I guess you could say. But the Cowboys, really, there were two kind of different teams this season. One was with Larry Nance when he was healthy, and two, the second version of this team was when he came down with mono, probably making out with seedy girls at the bar. And he ended up missing an extended period of time. And that's when this Wyoming team sort of really went sour without him. So when they hit the conference tournament, they needed him and they needed to win that conference tournament, the Mountain West, to make it in. So he did make it back in time about a week before the tournament. Everything went well for them and they ended up winning the conference. So I think if you're betting on Wyoming, you think that they can either keep this close because they're a team that kind of slows things down. They play fairly good defense. Nance is crucial to that defense. He's important to their rebounding. And if you believe that that's the case and you're impressed with their, a couple of their wins, San Diego State and Boise State, then you might actually believe that they can win this game outright. If not, they can also keep it close.
Okay, now Northern Iowa is a great team and they seem to get a little less attention than most top-ranked teams here. But what do you think? How do you see this team playing out their first game of the tournament against this Wyoming squad?
Well, I think Wyoming's going to have a tough time scoring here, and I think that's going to be the story in this one. I think that UNI kind of reminds me of a poor man's Virginia, where there's just offensively, they're efficient on offense, and defensively they're very solid. And Wyoming is not a team that really gets up and down very much. They're one of the lower scoring teams in the nation. And I think they're going to have a really tough time scoring against Northern Iowa. Whereas Northern Iowa, I don't think will have as many troubles at the other end. You know, they are going up against a pretty good player in Nance for Wyoming, but they have a pretty good big man themselves with Seth Tuttle. So I think that's going to be the matchup to watch in this game. But I think Northern Iowa has more weapons. They're more balanced. They're the better team overall. And I just think this is a really good matchup for them. They're going up against a team that shoots well. Iowa shoots well over 46%, but they don't score a lot of points. They play very slow, and they have a tendency to go through some droughts. So I think that UNI is the side that I'm definitely leaning towards here.
All right then, Dave, Northern Iowa versus Wyoming. We've got a 5 versus 12 here. How do you see the sides playing out? We've got Northern Iowa at -6.5 as the favorite.
Yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards and taking Northern Iowa. They're one of my favorite picks of this opening round. I know it's one of those dangerous 5-12 matchups, and maybe I'll be eating crow after this matchup. But I just think it's a really good setup for Northern Iowa. They play well against teams that struggle offensively. They are 12-2 against the spread when the total is 119 or less this season. That shows that they play well in these kind of games that are expected to be low scoring. They are 8-0 against the spread. 8-0. Sorry, they've covered 8 straight and 9 of 10 against teams that score 64 points or less. So again, against teams that kind of labor offensively, that's their bread and butter. They're actually 12-0 in those contests, so they've got a couple of pushes in there as well. And they play well against good defensive teams too. So even if this is a defensive struggle, which is what Wyoming wants, they're 14-3 against the spread this season versus good defensive teams that allow 64 points or less. Any way you cut it, I think, the stats support the argument that UNI, this is right in their wheelhouse, and I'm taking them to win and cover the spread.
All right, then. There you have it, guys. Lock it in with a team that can score. Northern Iowa -6.5. Dave, thanks again for hanging out with us today and offering your free picks, man.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All righty, guys, and good luck on your picks this week. Until next time, this is Megan Rochester for SBRpicks.com.